Welcome back, guys, to the ESL Pro League. It is Virtus.Pro against NaVi. Map 2, game 3?
7.
No, we're on game day 3. Weeks 2.
That went really well for an intro.
It's cracking, mate. It's cracking.
Solid.
Thanks for pointing that out.
It's okay.
I thought I'd almost covered over it. Cobblestone is going to be the map, and are Virtus.Pro going to shit the bed, basically? Or
Stop
are they going to
swearing,
actually
Lee. You've done this several
deliver?
times now.
I know, I'm so edgy.
What would Chobra think right now? Think about Chobra's face.
I know, right?
Master Commander
I'm thinking of
Chobra.
Red Eye's face as well.
No one wants to think of that, but back to topic.
Wow.
Wow. Is this an ESL event? What is this?
Wow.
Where am I now?
Sorry, I thought we said edgy, alright? Got excited.
So Yanko.
Hello.
We have to depend on Yanko to pull it back in line.
Yeah, we're going to go to Yanko.
Solid.
let's talk Counter-Strike, and then let's actually talk about Cobblestone before we get the Denim boy involved.
All right. We don't have a lot of time. But
No, we don't.
Let's just spend it talking about Henry G and Logitech G.
Okay, all right, whatever.
All right, things got a bit
Look,
weird.
you've
but
got a close-up on you now. We want to talk about Cobblestone. Come on, Virtus.Pro. Seriously, what can they do to stop NaVi, who's going to have Guardian wrecking them?
I think that's the problem. I mean, the chance that they have maybe on their T side is that on the CT side, Zeus, he really likes to pick that drop zone for some reason, even when he's there all by himself. So maybe that's one of the things they can exploit. NaVi CT side isn't all that good on Cobblestone. I mean, isn't all that good, talking about when they play the teams like Fnatic, Astralis, Envious, and so on. You know, they've been struggling on the CT side, but then they always pull through on the
Because they lost
on the T
16-7 to
side.
SK on it last week.
See, but
wasn't
okay,
great. But that was a
chalking that up to
14-1
Magisk, right?
CT
No,
side.
that's Magic's being
Yeah.
ridiculous. All right, on the CT side, he was huge. He held back every single play they made towards the bomb site. He literally was incredible at that. Now, the player who plays it there for Virtus.Pro is Pasha, who got under 10 frags in the last game on Dust 2 as a partial AWPer. It's like, that's not good enough right now. So Pasha needs to find a bit of form if they go back to that start, because you see that, okay, well, Magisk was able to do it. He had like an outstanding game. You can't expect that to happen, but they need to be able to control NaVi.
Definitely, because as you pointed out, Pasha he's the first player towards that B platform area, and that's the one of the most important spots on the map you can play. So he definitely needs to step up. And yeah, as I pointed out, I think NaVi is playing much better than they did in their last game, against SK. So I feel that they are a favorites to take this one away as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's pretty bang on, but unfortunately, that like the 0-7 right now, Virtus.Pro.
They're going full SK last season. Like, they're becoming those guys.
Yeah, when do they win a game? Like, at what point? I mean, they're playing tomorrow. They play Mousesports tomorrow. At what point do they win a game? Because
as long as they don't have Dust 2.
Mousesports are coming off the back of a victory at 8 p.m.
Yeah, it's tough. We were talking about it. The league this year is so competitive. You don't have any free wins. You cannot say, "Oh, this is a guaranteed win for VP against this team." Maybe not even against Flipside, who is maybe the weakest. In
Okay,
the
I'm
group.
going to throw it out there. Are they a top 10 team anymore, Virtus.Pro?
Well, right now they aren't, but it's hard to call.
Online games.
Yeah, it's
at
hard
the
to
moment,
call that because.
Well, it was offline games at Leipzig.
But it was only it was only one tournament. In my eyes, there needs to be because VP is the team that excels at LAN, in my opinion, compared to online games. Their next LAN is going to be at their home turf in Katowice, so maybe they should just try and make peace with it and use all the games up until then as practice, and try and get some momentum going for the remainder of the year from then on.
Well, we'll see how it works out for them, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to play NaVi right now on Cobblestone, and the Denim Cowboy is going to take it away. It's Henry G and Sadekist.
All right, guys, welcome to it. I am apparently a rookie because this cable does not agree with me.
Hell?
I'm sorry. It's my umbilical cord that's actually attached to you underneath the desk.
Fair enough. Interesting analyst section there.
It was actually very interesting.
I heard my name being chucked into the mix somehow. Didn't really catch what it was, but I'm sure it was some sort of flame. But
You normally catch all shots fired at you.
well, I know.
You know
But
what
this
I mean.
time, no, this time wasn't on point. So we go into the second map. VP looked very strong in the first half. They actually won it. We didn't expect that to happen. Their CT half was very poor, though. Going to Cobble, a map that VP are renowned on, especially in the early iterations of when this map first came out. They were one of the leading forces on it. And interesting, though, NaVi, Yanko mentioned it, their CT side is actually kind of poor, especially in the big events. It's their T side they rely on. They normally only get about 5 rounds on the CT half against top teams. So it'll be interesting to see how this one pans out in that respect. We have got the knife round coming in here. Most teams We'll opt for a CT start, but it's actually turning out to be a very T-sided map these days.
It is, very much so. I think the timing of it's kind of interesting. I know that there's... I listened to Yanko earlier as well, talking about just the extra round time and whatnot on the show with Thorin and BK and Fallen. How you think that the extra 10 seconds would add more favorable... be more favorable to tactician style, but it actually just means that utility's already gone, and it actually means it's just aims can go in with that much more time to work with. I think this map speaks true to that in some ways, because there's already other people that are of the opinion that the B site is too widespread and still kind of too large for just a few defense to cover. As soon as there's one pick that goes the way of the T's, you come down drop, you walk in from the platform, and you've got a whole site under your control. So it's a little bit hard to manage for a CT side. Not only that, the timings are that you literally, if the T's have the right spawn, can be at B at the same time as you.
Well, it's going to be NaVi starting on the T side here. This is where Guardian's actually a little bit quieter on the T side. It's the rest of his teammates that are the ones that step up. He does all the work on the CT side, though. That's when they get on his back, and he does some absolute work here. So we go into it. Let's have a look at the buy. 4 sets of armor. Guardian's going to be on the utility this round, and they're going to be going for some long A control here. He's going to be leading the charge with the P250. He's actually got all the way to the end as well. Very passive setup so far, coming in from VP. Smoke towards the connector. You assume it's going to be an A side attack. The bomb's actually towards B. It's actually the bait and switch coming in. It's going to be Guardian to open it up, but his teammates on the other side of the map.
Yeah, it's a bit of a problem now, as they haven't forced any rotations from this either. They know that 2 players have gone into drop, so Snacks was unwilling to relent that position, but it's Guardian nonetheless who fights forward. He's now got Neo. A's open, and they're going to try and wrap back through connector toward him. Bialy and Pasha can do nothing about this, and not only that, if Pasha... I thought he was going to try and jump up and go down that long hallway. He actually considers it again. Seized is waiting there, so he would go down instantly if he did.
This is perfect, actually. You can see they've actually decided to go through the connector here. C staying towards the B bomb site, being a nuisance. Does a little bit of damage, but going to decide to stay alive here. Bomb gets planted on there. It's a 4-on-2. Bialy has got the kit here, but they need to be finding frags. ASAP really can't really do much of this, and it's going to be Bialy's gone down to 21 HP. Retake now coming in, going towards the balcony. It's going to be a boost up from Zeus. Punishes him, and now just 1 player remaining for the Polish side. It's going to be Pasha. Does manage to take down the low HP Zeus, but he's now struggling to do anything with this. 3 players to find out a bomb to defuse. It looks like he's opting out of the round. Going to be keeping his body armor and defuse kit to the next. So that's a kind of an interesting round. The fact that Guardian got all the way towards long A by himself, smoked himself in towards connector, got 2 kills as well. That's the impressive part as well. It's very difficult to actually keep rotation strong and work out exactly what's going on when you're losing frags on the A side of the map, and then you've got a full explosion towards the B as well. They completely mix it up once again, went through connector, got the bomb down there, and a very successful round indeed for NaVi. Let's see how BP decide to respond now. Like I said before, Pasha did keep his body armor, so they're not going to be fully investing into this. No force buy as such, just Taz who gets a P250 and body armor. The rest of his teammates going to be keeping themselves a little bit more modest. We've got Bialy on a Deagle, and then nothing really purchased at all apart from a smoke and a HE for Snacks and Neo there. So you'd assume this round is only going one way.
You would assume.
You would assume. NaVi so far just sniffing out towards long A, seeing if they can find a frag or a stack here. But it's going to be 4 players, 4 VP towards a B bomb site.
And this is only going to be disastrous for Neo as well. That bomb will be picked up by Flamey. Snacks has found a good position though, but he's spotted. Just the shoulder showing that's enough. And Flamey from long range with the MAC-10 is able to take the head off Bialy, but Pasha's there to at least get 1 kill. This should confirm though that this push onto the A side is viable. They've already gone back for the bomb, and Seized will join them. It's Neo still who waits in the site. Bit of a peculiar position. Very open, tries to get back in behind the stables as he's blinded up, but Edward sees him doing so, and now the MAC-10 from range again will start to pick away toward Taz, who comes back at connector. And smoked off, he'll fall back. They still have armor on both of these players, as well as a flash and a kit on Pasha, and a MAC-10 picked up. He might just try and put himself in a position to knock some more weapons down, but they're not going to go for this.
Yeah, not really much you can do with this at all. They have got the MAC-10 and some body armor, so maybe go for an X-System upgrade to an AK, but they shouldn't be pushing through the doors. You can see Zeus and T-Spawn. He's going to be pincering in, so at this point, I feel like the last 2 remaining players will be dropping at some part of this round. Actually making his way in towards balcony. Manages to take on Edward with that MAC-10, and it's going to be Taz taking down Seized as well. So it's a 2-on-1. Obviously, just going to be trying to save the SMG at this stage for Guardian. Has got other ideas. He's pushing through the connector right now. And we can see Taz just whimpering here, just hoping no one comes and finds him. Zeus coming in for that B bomb site. There he comes. He'll do well to survive him. Making his way back to the side now. Should be punished there. And there it is. Final kill does come in. As we mentioned, though, VP did not fully invest into that round, so they should be okay going into the first gun round. Pasha actually has $4,300 already, so they can definitely get AWPs, that's for sure. And there should be another timid round here. Just some PD50s. Nothing really else to speak of. Should be another round going in favour of NaVi.
And they'll just sit back and see Zed on Snacks. They're going to stack up A this time, and they're going to try and play it aggressively. This could work out if NaVi aren't prepared, because they are working toward that position. And 2 men over toward the hay bales. Now, if they can get a nade bounced in there, of which they have none, although they do have Molotovs, it would do massive damage. Already spotting onto Taz. Now they push through, nearly catch them with nades in their hands, but it's Zeus and Edward who just hold down Mouse 1 and allow the AKs to do the rest. It's Pasha getting 1 back in turn, but he and Neo now left alive alone. And Flamey finding Pasha. There won't be any guns recovered here either, as Neo's going to get caught in the open momentarily from Guardian, and that's going to do it. 3-0. Now guns come up for Virtus.Pro. However, they can actually force for a glass cannon if they want to, and Snacks is thinking about it. He's yet to buy.
They've got double orbs, actually. So,
wow, yeah.
So Neo and Pasha got to be AWPing this time. It's an interesting setup. Normally on CT setup of Cobble, you normally only have 1 AWP, but they're going to be opting to try and go for this initial pick. I'd assume Neo's going down straight down towards middle. Normally smoke yourself in, go for the pick at the top. Only be 1 player waiting for him. It looks like a very fast B approach coming in from NaVi here. Guardian just setting things up, seeing if he has anyone boosting or attempting to challenge a platform area at this stage. I assume this may be an actual wall of smokes execute coming in. Just getting control of the upper platform right now, and you can see C's on the other side of the map just showing some presence towards A with that Mac 10. Trying to build his bank account and stop the rotations of the CTs there.
So Pasha with 1 set shot. They bought them so quickly I didn't even see the money set. So he's going to hold and watch that platform. It's going to be the other one on the other side of the site. Neo watching long A. That gives Taz more of a passive position to rotate quickly. But Bialy and Snacks together to hold drop. And Bialy has to also play the reverse role of support on top of that tree and cover off where Guardian is, and he knows he's up there. He's looking through the smoke to try and find this shot. Bialy's not going to give it to him easily. And the smoke wafts closer. Pasha holding the angle, and Guardian goes down before he can even fire off a shot. Not only that, Snacks has won the drop, but the drop battle exchange with Seized. And already NaVi's going to give up on this. That's the right call, because they haven't distilled anyone in that crossfire position inside the B site.
Yeah, and that smoke boost not really working out. They assume that tree area was clear, and Pasha opened things up, and he gets his second of the round as well. Edward drops, and now a 5-on-2 in favour of VP. No real footing into this round with 30 seconds remaining. You can see they're going to jump out connectors. Flamey to take down Taz. Still a lot of work to do here, and that's going to solidify the round here. Snacks takes him down. Just Zeus now with no real time to work with, and a lot of work to do. Does drop Snacks at this point is just economic damage. Neo, nice little shot there to finish things off. So they managed to survive the first gun round. Double orb setup working very efficiently there. It's Pasha who takes down Guardian to kick things off, and frags all over the place towards that B bomb. So never really got going there, NaVi, but they still have enough cash here. They obviously didn't invest too heavily last round, didn't upgrade that Mac 10. So C's could be the only one who's feeling the burn a little bit more. He's got the Tech 9, but they have got substantial grenades here. A lot of equipment. Let's see where Neo decides to go this round. Was trying to go a little bit aggressive towards middle. Does it again and actually takes down Guardian as well. Great opening shot there. And VP with full control going into this round.
Well, it's going to be Taz in behind the doorway at mid who's waiting for Edward to go through. He'll drop the bomb before he takes that approach, just in case things went poorly, but he actually does get the evening kill as it goes to 4 versus 4. Edward's flashed up, but does Snacks get through in time? He does. He actually almost gets away unanswered as well as he refocused toward Flamey, but he held true in the end. Neo's on 4 HP, and he's now got to hold this A site all to himself because they're not 100% convinced yet to make the rotation. Bialy's in that connector, but he doesn't want to give up on drop too soon because they don't have all of the information.
It was interesting that after getting that first pick, the VP didn't decide to fall back. They stayed a little bit too long, in my opinion. Neo going down to 4 HP. Taz getting dropped as well. Brings it to a 3-on-3. We still have NaVi with 1 smoke remaining. Looking like they're focusing up that mid-ramp. It's going to be Flamey. He's got all the way past connector as well, undetected. And will be looking to get behind the APC here.
Neo reads the flashes correctly, but not the double. So he manages to evade one, and the second one costs him his life. Flamey getting the kill, but traded by Bialy means he can still cut off this position, but Seized wins that shot, and that was important. There was no smoke to allow the bomb to get on top of the site. So the kill will do instead, and C's will follow that up 4-1. Now this time, remember we talked about this in the last game, it actually looks worse for Virtus.Pro because this causes a reset after just 3 rounds, and they'll start from 0 in terms of the bonus. So this actually means they're going to be a little bit longer getting back into this game.
Yes, you're absolutely right there. Only $1,400 coming into the bank accounts this time. So you can see only Neo has any real cash here, 3,500 on him. The rest of the guys, I don't think there's a single item purchase whatsoever. USPs and a P2000 on Taz. Going to be stacking towards B once more. We can see Neo just going to be on the other side of the map, seeing if he can spot any sort of pushes coming in. They're going to be trying to boost up and drop them. Big nade damage taken there. It's not going to be too effective here. This boost has actually been catastrophic, and another nade comes in. A lot of damage being dealt here to the CTs.
Flamey gonna try and open up drop room. Has Snacks down below with just the pistols, remember, so it's not like this is too much of a hard task, but it is still a tight, confined area where the pistols can do severe damage, given the right opportunity. The smoke on long's a bit interesting, too. Edward's gonna clear danger, as he should do in this situation, but it means that for a brief moment, Neo had got over to the right side, and Edwards being actually very careful. He is going to check every single spot because that one could have caught him off guard. Bialy back over toward B is going to spot the fact that they are approaching on that bomb site now. Bomb as well, but they won't even need to get that far as to planting it because Flamey cuts off Neo, and now it goes 5-1. They will have guns this time, but no win here, and it's a full save immediately after again.
We'll see what they can do. It's going to be Pasha on the Mag 7. Still a very viable weapon on Cobble, especially towards the upper platform area, sitting below. And trying to cause chaos. Anyone trying to work a pick on the bomb site can be very effective indeed. They have got the AWP back out on towards Neo. This time opting to go towards long A. I assume he's not going to be aggressive here. I have one player baiting him in, surely. Yeah, it's going to be Taz. He'll be sat in the corner while Neo goes for more of an aggressive facer. Actually, he'll be opting to go back towards danger. Terrorists so far looking like they're going to be going for some mid-control here. Presumably smoking off towards the mid-doors. And seeing if they can work a pick here. And it's going to be Neo to open things up from danger. Takes down Guardian once again. He's actually been really effective at taking him down in these initial opening moments of the round.
Crossfire again in position out toward long, and there's only one player approaching it right now. It's just Edwards, so he's going to have to be careful. Thankfully, Neo's fallen back considerably, but Taz is still going to be able to win the duel. And Neo turns his attention with the AWP toward the danger stairwell. And now at the top of middle, because Zeus has climbed the precipice and is now ready to jump into the site. Snacks will wait. And actually is going to rotate. If he could have waited on that door, there wasn't yet smoke placed. Flamey's going to throw out the Molotov that does land in by the vent. That'll expand through and cover the stairwell. So thankfully, Snacks has already gone beyond that position, and he's actually going to get Zeus immediately. It's left to seized, 1 versus 5. As he tries to walk back from middle out toward long. And he's caught by Neo, who was very patient, has to be said, considering his teammates did so much work, he didn't really ever have to leave that position.
Well, finally, a very clean round there for VP. Didn't drop a single player there. So in terms of the money for the team, that's going to help out tremendously. Neo going into that danger area, picks Guardian once again. Guardian actually being caught out a couple of times here. So Neo back onto the AWP. We didn't see him bring it out at all really on Dust 2. And showing why he has been switched over that role. Been very effective indeed. Let's see how round number 8 goes down. VP needs to be careful, and this time it's going to be Guardian that gets the advantage. Neo potentially outstaying his welcome there towards middle, aggressively facing 3 times in a row. Finally gets punished for it this time. There's going to be a 5-4 in favour of NaVi.
Pasha has Snacks outside the window as well at this drop room to try and shut down NaVi. Guardian's just going to hold that long position as well from a distance because there's no aggression so far toward it. He's going to get boosted as well just in case they think about trying to anchor that late. So this indicates that, as typical NaVi would do, they're going to let time expire, drain the clock, drain the utilities, and make sure they just hold the angles to keep the map control in their favor and then try and rush into the B site. And Seized has actually managed to get down drop a little bit early, which catches off Snacks, but Snacks still manages to hold true despite that quick little pop flash that nearly cost him. And that slows NaVi even more. Zeus now is going to try and follow it up. Got 2 down again. Guardian's still not able to get into a position. He's still being careful about finding his way onto that platform, and he needs to be worried about Bialy's position. But Bialy's predispositioned right now toward that dropper. Unfortunately, Snacks is winning that exchange, so he can finally put his attention back. But he's a little bit confused, a little bit overwhelmed. He hears sound cues on either side and can't decide which to look at. That costs him, and Flamey capitalizing on that. They've got an entry. There you go. So that 1 kill on the B side opens up so much space for NaVi, despite that they were down early, and Snacks is going to get caught off by Flamey.
slowing things right down there. You said it, they bled out the CTs, made all the smokes disappear, and this working a pick game. There was Guardian that opened things up towards middle, took down Neo. They changed their attention back towards that B-bomb site. Snacks stepped up pretty well, though. The fact he got 2 frags after getting taken down to 7 HP after the first exchange did give them some serious footing into the round, but unfortunately, it's going to be VP that have reset once again after winning 1 round, losing the subsequent one. Even though it was a very decent round they won, didn't drop a single player, still don't have enough to buy into this one. Just going to be upgraded pistols here, PT50s, and a Deagle on Neo. So, still waiting to get rolling here.
I don't think Snacks... Okay, well, he pulls it off regardless. I didn't think he'd be spotted initially there. I would like to see him try and go for more discipline, but it works out, gets the kill at least to start it off. Bialy finding another one means it's actually still just a 3 versus 3 with these pistols, and Bialy's kill is extremely crucial because he's picked up an AK-47 and a Molotov in doing so. So a little bit of utility and a heck of a lot of firepower. He's going to throw that Molotov out early just to make sure no one will push through, but he only is going to cover the left because the smoke's extinguished the right. Nonetheless, Edward doesn't want to push out until it's completely gone, and he's going to find the gap. Bialy actually wins the duel, though. Now it's just 2 remaining, and with 56 seconds, it's not a complete 100% guarantee, but this does indicate that they are looking toward B initially, and Guardian's going to be the next one in. Bialy in the same position, though, and that means Guardian, he was always going to be looking there one way or another. And Taz now behind the rock has no AK-47, the only long-range gun gone, and Taz is going to have to be extremely clever if he wants to make this work. He does get a little bit of luck in that Guardian has a nade drawn instead of the AWP, and second time's a charm. All right, Taz with the horseshoe somehow manages C's, and Guardian's left in a 1-on-2. Neo needs to get in a position quickly to try and make this a trade. So Taz peeks, one pops out, and they need to take him down right now. They will.
Good exchanges there. Like you said, Taz getting very lucky there with the timings. As soon as Guardian pulls out his Molotov, that's when he decides to face, and then takes his teammate down. Decent approach there from VP in the last 2-on-1 situation, making sure they're facing at the same time. No Guardian's got the AWP. You can't kill both of you at the same time, so managing to win that. Not even a force buy, that was just a couple of Deagles and a PT50, and a bit of a lifeline there for VP as they've actually knocked down NaVi onto an eco themselves, so that's actually pretty massive going forward. Scoreline's currently 6-3. You can see a boost coming in for the CTs right now. A little bit of damage done to Snacks there, so he could be opting to drop out, and you can see C's emphatically coming in here, takes down 1, but Snacks just about answers back. He goes down to 50 himself.
Well timed. He knew he pushed them back, so the flash worked out very well, but good composure from Snacks. It's going to leave him on 50 HP. Interesting how 1 round shifts so much because the pistols now from NaVi are the ones that have to find the openings. Undoubtedly, drop was always going to be contested in this close-range battle, but Pasha's waiting for this. Of course, as soon as I say anything, it rings to be untrue. So he'll fall back inside the site instead with the AWP until Snacks puts out the Molotov and he can get into a better position. They're going to double that as well, so they're just buying time. They know what Virtus.Pro want, but at the same time, Virtus.Pro's used to this. You could throw away all that extra money.
Well, looks like they're maybe just going to be jumping through, drop down any second now, trying to swarm any CTs and maybe waiting. We can see VP actually playing quite passively. It's just going to be Snacks coming into that area, just in the window, trying to go for that first frag, get the intel, fall back. I don't want to give anything away here, especially in a bomb plant. So, Bialy on the tree as well. And with 30 seconds remaining, you feel like NaVi need to make something happen as Edward goes towards the top of mid.
And there goes those Snacks. Very quick on the retake, catches Edward out. I say retake, but rather reclaiming of that position on the map, but it's going to be Flamey instead to get Pasha, who was caught in the open, and Flamey almost got the second shot toward tree. Could have made things a little bit interesting. Bomb was always down at the platform, and there wasn't much of a chance for it, but at least it would have done some economic damage because we know that that was only the first of now 2 rounds for Virtus.Pro in a row. So they would have had to dent themselves in rebuying, but it's still NaVi. Look at a Guardian op again. They still don't have a lot of utility.
Yeah, it's definitely a difficult buy going forward. They need to be relying on those picks once again. We'll see where Guardian decides to go to try, and we'll be opting to go back towards middle. So it'll be Pasha on the AWP this time. So they're switching it up, taking the ult towards B this time. And you can see a little stack coming in towards side alley actually. Taz is going to be there, backed up by Neo, but unfortunately his teammate has dropped. Guardian now seems to be winning all the AWP duels, and they go into a 5-on-4 advantage. Taz still towards long A, has got backup from Snacks as well.
Good read by Snacks. Yes, this crossfire is still viable, but the problem is that they're going to be approached from danger and get caught out. It won't even matter. Edwards got both kills, and now Zeus, who would have been there to catch Snacks, can just walk out and rush the site quickly. Bialy's got himself in a very open position, a bit peculiar. He wanted the battle against Guardian, which he ends up losing anyway, but it would have caught him off. There was no way he was getting away with more than 1 kill in that situation, and now it leaves Pasha 1 versus 5 to stay alive at this point in time, really. It's a battle of survival.
Yeah, it seemed like NaVi didn't really have to do too much that round. Just Guardian go for that mid pick once again. It's gifted to him. Neo, without the AWP, facing from danger, gets taken down. And then a great display of skill from Edward by himself, taking down the stack, which was set up to distract and at least be good for 1 kill. Doesn't equate to any. And it's just going to be Pasha remaining now, back in towards the chicken coop with the AWP. Knows he doesn't really have any footing to fall back to anywhere, so he's going to be trying to take some players down with him. I'm sure he'll be dealt with momentarily, as he has been spotted now. Does drop C's, but the rest of NaVi will soon, surely, arrive and take him down. You can see him kind of edging in now, and that's going to be a Guardian takes the first shot, and it's going to be a lovely little shot from Pasha to take down Zeus, but there it is. Guardian finishes it off.
That was fast reaction from Pasha, I have to say, but no op saved.
And a force spy coming in.
Yep.
So 2 pistols, 1 AWP, and 2 M4s. Definitely a winnable situation. We see Guardian doing this on the CT side all the time. His teammates on pistols, he's more than happy to go for the aggressive faces and try and bring them into the round. So let's see where Pasha, where his mind lies. Will he be going for more of an aggressive face and trying to take them down? As we can see, 5 players are heading towards the B side of the map for NaVi here.
Pasha's waiting again. That single op will have the support of Bialy to distract. He needs to find the shot inside the smoke. He does manage it. This starts well, and the positions are actually extremely favorable right now for Virtus.Pro. Again, Bialy's so close with that pistol. This could actually work out, this force buy. So he's just going to disrupt it slightly by getting snacks at drop, and that means Pasha does have both sides to watch for. Guardian gets 1 back, and it's Bialy gone. Pasha has to clutch it now. Inside this site, he's going to get caught by Guardian. That pretty much is the nail in the coffin, unfortunately, but Neo's actually walked in a little bit quicker than I thought. He's got by Rock, he got aggressive inside of that smoke, and suddenly Zeus is left alive with only 16 HP. And he's got the bomb. He's going to try and get back up. I think Neo might have just spotted that, but Zeus is going to try and use the time.
He's going to be, Zeus could at least be aware as to where Neo is, and he's going to be biding his time now. He wants to feel like Neo thinks this may be an A-side attack, making him start doubting himself a little bit. He did see him jump up, like he said, so here it comes, and the nade's caught out at the perfect time! This could be it! It's a nade that somehow he dodges. That was his opportunity, Zeus, there, to take him down. Somehow doesn't land the shot. The
did
timing
12
there,
damage, and it looked like it was going to be a touchdown.
like, that was crazy timing from both ends, but there we go. Neo does survive, and so does Zeus.
This is the one thing with Neo. Now, he knows he can't just run it to A, although it should be obvious. There's always a chance the player can cut back through drop. So he's pretty much going to have to concede. Well, I say that, but Zeus actually slows up to check the angles, concede the bomb plant. Now it will go down, but he's going to hear that. He's going to jump on top of it, Neo, and the Molotov out. That should be an indication he can try and push forward, but he himself was throwing a flash, so not yet had the AK cocked as a flash goes up as well. This is going to buy so much more time. And Zeus is waiting for the angle to favor him. He pulls it off. What a shot from Zeus, and how did he ever pull that away?
Crazy. Absolutely nuts, that clutch from Zeus on 4 HP, managing to survive that grenade instant and towards the B bomb site, gets in towards A. I can hear shouting from Yanko, he doesn't sound happy. But that's such a huge round for VP there. And unfortunately, Neo, normally the master of clutches, he thought he had that one tied up as soon as he knew the bomb was towards A. It's a lovely shot to finish things off, and it's going to put VP back onto an eco here. PD50s and USPs, that's about it. They have got Edward on the recon, they know this is a full reset for the Polish side here, so going to be presumably going back towards long. It seems to be their go-to area to work these picks. And it's no players for VP towards B whatsoever. They've gone for a full mid stack here. You can see they've actually got a little bit of a snake strategy going on here, Matt. The mid snake.
I like it. Why not? I want to see an up shot that goes all 4.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
All right.
I'll send a message or something.
This is almost as like peculiar when you see it in that angle as when TSM had 3 players in the water, and
Yeah.
we're all staring at Zipix inside. Overpass,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But they are waiting. Neo's going to go down, and here we go. Guardian's going to peek. Surprise!
Hello.
Bialy's going to get it. I wanted to finish that sentence, but I can't.
You
as always.
definitely cannot finish that.
Pasha's going to be there. Edward gets back into him. Taz with 1 more, though, so they are still making it interesting. Edward's on very low HP, stuck inside that dangerous stairwell as well. Taz, a little bit over exuberant, you could say, though, with that AK sprays in, and it allows the shot to come back and turn. That could have been done far more efficiently. Either way, It's going to be a round closed out by NaVi, and it's going to be 9-4, which means 2 rounds to go in the half. VP forced to buy into this one and leave themselves low on money, and it will be a 4-round bonus, but that's still not enough to put them in a prime position to buy in the next round.
Interesting little setup there. I don't think I've seen a mid snake before, but
The snake in the grass, Henry. That was your moment.
You're right. What was they thinking?
I have no idea.
That's crazy. Could have done that. Anyway, well, it's going to be, like you said, 5 rifles coming for VP. AWP's been quite influential for them, so that's going to be disappointing. No kits, and we'll see whether they're going to be trying to show some a little bit more aggression there. No kits on the CTs whatsoever. You can see Bialy getting on the upper platform, and once again, Guardian with the AWP facing towards middle, seeing if Taz will give him anything to work with.
Guardian way back out on mid. Not really keen to get forward yet because NaVi's more than comfortable letting time tick away.
Thing is, they've only got 1 smoke remaining in the CTs, and we know what playstyle NaVi like to bring to the table.
This is very actually interesting that they've Molotoved off the box, not the archway, so you start to wonder if they consider both options, and if Bialy isn't found or going to be in an absolutely favorable position. Either way, Virtus.Pro start this off. Neo takes down Zeus. A little spray through the doorway as well, catches Guardian, takes him down to just 56, but well-read situation.
It's going to come down to Edward here. He's got control of long A, and if he does find this kill onto Taz in towards danger, which he's not going to be checking at all by the looks of things, could be massive. Actually got towards the end of long A, and with no CTs actually on the side, both coming towards the bottom of mid, this could be interesting.
Guardian might get caught. Oh, he just sees the nade come out, and his reactions are always on point. He manages to catch Taz. That gives Edward more confidence to get inside the site, but he's caught with the Molotov out. Neo just walks forward. Neo gets both of them out of that. He lines them up, and Edward goes down. Guardian follows immediately after. It's left on Flamey, who's considerably far away from the bomb with 13 seconds. So this round's going to end as is. And Virtus.Pro, as I said, we're very low on money, so this is good. This means they'll be able to buy up in the next. Only just. They might be left with FAMAS's after they throw away guns to their 2 teammates, but Virtus.Pro aren't exactly going to be, or rather, excuse me, NaVi aren't exactly going to be in any better of a position. Sees test 42, but that's it. So drop 1, and then, yeah, Tech 9s.
Round number 15 has arrived. 9 plays 5 at the moment in favour of NaVi. A round they looked like they had the advantage, but some stellar play there from Neo towards middle. A chance, opportunity to face. Manages to find the first kill, then a double spray down towards the ABC, locks it down. And VP get their 5th on the board here. So they go into the final round with an AWP. It's NaVi on the back foot now. 3 rifles, 2 pistols, and only 1 smoke after that one remaining. So we can see now Pasha has gone towards the upper platform and looking for that first big. Like I said, the smoke isn't fantastic, so definitely has an opportunity to gain some intel. It's going to be Bialy who's backing him up as well.
Bialy's pushed pretty aggressively. He's gotten in good position. No one spotted yet, but they all want drop instead. And they're going to at least get to the edge of it. They won't get much further. They'll die when they hit contact on the floor below. It's going to be Taz getting the last kill. That's forced Zeus back. And remember, Bialy is pushed. Now, the question is, does he take advantage of this and try and go, or does he use that position to his advantage and sit back? In fact, he's fallen all the way back, having won those initial duels. No sense to give himself a position that could cost them. Instead, though, they do find the kill on drop. Neo, very smart. Go ahead and take Edward anytime you like, and he'll do just that. As Bialy falls away toward the chicken coop as well, and Guardian's in the open. You might not see this. The M4's not able to line it. You give Guardian a chance, he'll take it any day of the week, but that time, Bialy doesn't. It's a headshot, 9-6 half, as Virtus.Pro clawing with 2 late ones.
Well, there we go. 6 rounds for Virtus.Pro in the first half. And that's actually enough, you know. We said before, like, NaVi's CT side is not sensational against these sort of teams. It's Guardian that has to do all the work. And a lot of force buys are coming in. And if they do the double force buy in their pistol, if they lose a pistol and do the double force buy again, they could find themselves in a world of pain here. Let's see how they decide to go into the pistol round. It's going to be massive for both teams here. VP can win this. Got a serious chance of taking this second map. It's been a really difficult run for them in the Pro League so far. They're 0-7. Feels like almost at a point of no return for them, but this would definitely at least boost them around a little bit of the current form of the team. So 4 sets of armor for NaVi. Sees with flashbangs and a HE, no kits purchased whatsoever. And we can see a similar sort of scenario for VP as well. They've got 4 sets of armor. And Pasha just on utility, so not going to be committing themselves towards B. Just going to be sending a couple of decoys over there, and Pasha going to hunt for some attention as he throws a couple of flashbangs over. And we can see this actually really cool. Guardians towards the top and middle. Was about to say undetected, but the T's have spotted him now. You feel like it's a matter of time before he gets taken out.
Absolutely a matter of time. Neo going to try and push forward regardless with the Glocks. Bialy finds Guardian. Zeus now inside of that small little vent. Does actually manage to get Taz, but he could have been caught so quickly. Another step forward from VP. Bialy gets it back in turn, but Watch C's because no one spotted him, and this is actually clever. Virtus.Pro going for a reverse strategy back to B because they found that first initial pick inside the connector. They secure the second one. 2 players lead behind to cut off rotations, and that's going to work out perfectly. And it was all due to the fact that Pasha had lurked into that B side and got the information.
Yeah, so we saw Guardian get towards the top of middle there, and it was a really cool idea until we got spotted, and then he's just stuck in a horrible situation. VP getting that first pick, and like you said, going on towards middle, getting control of connector, and making the way into the B-bomb site. So VP bouncing back here. It's not going to... Oh, here it is a full force buy from NaVi. This is exactly what I'm talking about, Matt. So now...
You hate this.
I hate it just because it's such a dangerous round to do it on. Like, if they win the round, it's brilliant. But if they do lose it, there's a high chance of that happening. This could be the beginning of the rot for the CTs. A full B rush coming in from VP now.
So far, it's going to favor Virtus.Pro. 2-1 trade Taz with the second kill. Neo can hold the long angle toward drop with the AK. Snacks is above it as well, so anyone rotating will get caught off by him.
Saving.
And his lovely blunderbuss.
Yeah, CTs is getting completely wrecked out on the rush. SMG is doing some serious work. Bomb gets planted, and they've got no real option here but to just save the upgraded pistols and armor they purchased. So not really amounting to much. This is exactly what I'm talking about in terms of going forward now. It's going to be a difficult first gun round for NaVi. They do get to take these pistols into the next round, so something to work with at least, but you feel like VP are just going to keep it fast and loose, just stick together and force their way onto bomb sites. He snacks with the sawn-off shotgun there. It's pretty much the only map we see it on is Cbble. There it is, 9-8 in favour of NaVi still, but you feel like the next round's almost certainly going in favour of Virtus.Pro. Quite a scary tactic to call when you're at this stage of the game. Full-on B-rush against presumably four-sport NaVi as well. Could be hit or miss, but they make it work for themselves. Mac 10 jumping over the wall, getting that first frag, and giving the CTs no other option but to save their weapons. So let's see what they can do with this round. It's just going to be Edward and Flamey keeping themselves absolute zero, not purchasing a single thing. And NaVi, Zeus and seized with those upgraded pistols that were saved in the previous round.
Guardian over toward B on his own. The rest will try and hold on to this A site with 4. And aggressive from Edward. Neo's going to catch him for that. Flash through as well, and it'll allow Virtus.Pro now to try and go onto this A site, but the rotations have come back over, and there will be at least 2 out toward long, one of which is seized, the other which is Guardian, and they managed to pick up kills quite quickly, and now it's going to be seized with an AK. And he'll swing back through mid and try and catch out VP. Catch them in their own play, and it's going to work out. NaVi, this is working out brilliantly. It's just Neo left alive. He's going to come back through danger as well, but the bomb is down at the back of the A site. It is well within the grasp of 4 NaVi players, and Neo starts it off, gets taken down immediately, seized. What a round from him. 3 kills, all of the rotation as well. That's
another fast and loose approach from VP there. And this time didn't really work out for them. The CZs locking them down, seized. When they pick up the AK, it was an absolute monster. So those 3 weapons saved. It's a bitter pill to swallow at the time, but proves what you can do with them in the next round. So NaVi bouncing back there, and look at the buy they have now. It's just fully recovered and get themselves in a great scenario. VP will be forcing up themselves. You can see there's going to be a Galil on Pasha and the Snacks just on the Tech 9, but still definitely workable here. You'd assume it would be more of an execution-based play coming in, but let's see where Guardian decides to go to the AWP. He's currently just down towards the bottom of the mid here, looking for that first frag, get a spot 1, does fire off a shot, he's getting so much damage there through the door. Neo taking him down to 3 HP, but not quite able to finish off the job there. And Guardian running off with his tail between his legs will be opting to go back towards the B site.
That's Edward that waits up by the box. He's got a second player below, a friend in Flamey. Virtus.Pro desperate to keep this game close and in control. Guardian's going to fall back slightly now as he's at the 3 HP on that AWP and take it toward A instead.
Yeah, he can just sit at the back of the bomb site right now and just make sure he just hits one shot, takes someone down with him, and try and back up his teammates. But looking like VP will be going for this B execute. Still 2 smokes here. Taz looking towards drop down, seeing if he can just gain intel here. Snack's already made his way into it as well, so they have got full control of that area. It means they can actually opt to do a couple of smokes, split from drop down towards the bomb site. This could be very effective considering the CTs are not really aware as to what's going on right now.
Neo snacks down, but Seized comes in behind them. They don't even expect it. He gets the angle, and there was never an answer. Flamey's now got a kill. It's Edward as well. And it's Virtus.Pro going to be bowing out of the round without a single kill, despite waiting for that execution and doing nothing with it.
They got fully into drop down there, and then didn't even think about watching the window. They just thought, oh, we've got control of this now. There's no possible chance anyone could ever come through. And Seized couldn't believe his luck, jumps through and finds 2, and you can see how much of chaos that causes as well. Flamey with the off angle towards the left just decides to face, and he gets a really clean round as well, and it's going to put a VP now onto a full eco, only a PT50 purchase, but really clean stuff there. That force buy from VP was everything in terms of their money. So now, going in this round of $1,900, haven't really got footing to buy a single thing. So this will be an absolute catastrophe for NaVi to drop this round. I can't see any realm where it would happen, but let's see what they can bring to the table.
Well, a lot of bullets fired. Not much done, except for Zeus coming out worse for wear. Has to go to the pistols, and Neo will take the opportunity to waltz him beside. So 3 players to take him down, but it works. It's successful, and it gives them an AK to work with. Snack's caught running back, though, to try and rejoin his team out toward the courtyard. And this is actually a good position for C's to be in, because they are looking to get back over to those B tunnels. If he'd wanted to, he could have pushed forward and caught off 2 more. However, one would have been Neo, which does have the AK, and it's not worth it to give away an advantage. Or reverse 4. Yep, we say it normally favors the offense, but in this case with the weapons, it's definitely still NaVi's to control, and they're going to do exactly that with Flamey under Pasha.
Yeah, not really many options here now. No utility whatsoever. They have picked up an AK-47 on towards Neo, but bunched up towards mid. They need to find a pick pretty much straight away here. It's going to be Guardian looking towards long A. And back up as well from C's, just holding that connector area as well. You'd assume he's going to clear up here. Gets the first one. Bialy actually answers back though. So, oh, there it is. Guardian does take down Taz. It's just going to be Bialy left of the AK, and he's towards top of middle with 20 seconds remaining. But you know what? Guardian's just going to rip your head off a Deagle anyway, so don't worry about it. It's going to be 12-8 in favour of NaVi, and we do have a buy coming back in for Virtus.Pro. It's not going to be the best buy ever. I think everyone has averaged about 4,400, so AKs, smokes, no Molotovs to be flushing out any CTs, and maybe pushing up into some audacious positions. So looking like another B-sided attack here, Matt. They're going to be trying to maybe slow it down, get control of the drop-down room, which they did once before, and maybe be a little bit more careful of flanks coming in from the window.
So see what Guardian's AWP wants to do. He's going quickly. He wants to get up on top of the platform and go for the fast face, but there's so many in front, and the smokes.
That flick shot.
Just get there. I'm so surprised he hit that on Neo, because that was so unfavorable. He's going to go for the boost as well, but he's caught because they've already got in. Snacks gets him, Edward trades it, and now he has to cover off the platform by himself as Bialy and Taz look to approach it. Don't forget about Flamey either, who's back toward the chicken coop. He spots Bialy. That's the information for Edward. He'll push through and grab it just as easily as that and turn back. He catches Pasha as well. This is all going too good for NaVi as they easily switch and bait and trade off of each other. Very well played.
4 rounds in a row after losing the pistols. Looking very strong indeed for NaVi. Get themselves a step closer here to the second map. You can see VP struggling with the money once again. It's been a common trend here in the second map. They've got upgraded pistols once again and 1 flashbang. Have made the rounds close. It's been Zeus is getting drops. But let's see what he can decide to do here. It's actually interesting. I think Zeus actually is normally the drop-down player for NaVi, and actually is actually the one who struggles there the most. He's actually favouring towards middle. They've had actually a little bit of a readjustment on their CT side.
Guardian nearly caught, almost dead as well as that damage continues to come in. They have to fire Zeus forward to get aggressive just to try and save him, and he'll do just that. 2 kills as they try and run through the doors. Sees doubles it as well, makes it a triple for him, so 1 better than his teammate. Either way, it's a very quick round, very, very quick round as Virtus.Pro gain nothing from it. They'll go back to guns in this one, and keep in mind that they've got Pasha now on the AWP to go against that of Guardian.
Yeah, it's 5 in a row, so maximum amount of money coming in this time. So that couple of saves they had means they do get a nice healthy buy here, like you said. Pasha with the AWP, but problem is Guardian's got one as well. Let's see where he's opting to go this round. Looking like he may be boosted here, you know. They've gone towards drop down. Actually, going to be showing what all the presence says. What? Someone is getting boosted. It's not Guardian. It's going to be C's going up, and Guardian once again going aggressive, takes down Snacks, just opening up the round time and time again.
I think, hands down, Guardian is the fastest stop in terms of getting early picks on movement mechanics. He does it on Dust 2 at Catwalk all the time. He's doing it here twice now. And it's a huge disadvantage for VP to try and overcome early. Now, they are going to put all of their pressure, all the eggs in one basket toward this A site. There's a smoke out that they'll wait to dissipate. And the alley will clear out as well in the lower danger stairwell. Zeus He's still a threat, even though he's watching toward lower mid right now. He could still turn back and fire against them as they enter. They need to get the kills, and Flamey's already rotated over, so Neo's gone down, and they haven't got anything yet. Finally, Bialy gets a kill. Despite it being 5 seconds well into the entry and deep in the bomb site, it takes them that long because NaVi's playing the angles correctly. They're playing efficiently, but thankfully Bialy doubles that up. And he finds Zeus, who is being very, very patient on that ramp, it has to be said. But bomb drop toward the corner. They still have to recover that and get it in, and they won't account for the fact that Seized has also come up the ramp. Taz trades it. It's left to just Guardian, but look at what he's got in front of him. And Pasha is so low, he's going to have to nail this shot. There's going to be no trade. And Pasha comes through, I have to say, for a slow peek. I'm surprised he did, but it works out, and Virtus.Pro pick up 9.
Yeah, he wasn't aware that Pasha was in that long area. I think he assumed he was behind the fence and looking for a peek at that angle. Pasha coming in, finishes off the round. Had he dropped there, was almost certainly going in Guardian's favour, considering where the bomb lied that round. But there we go, VP after losing that first frag, going towards A. Efficient trades coming in, and good crossfires to hold off the rotating CTs as well. They managed to stay alive here. 14 plays 9 though, but NaVi's money is more than enough to get them in a decent buy once again. Guardian back on the AWP. Not going to be going towards the upper platform phase this time. Back towards middle. We'll see where the T's decide to go. Looking like the bombs towards the B halls at the moment. Snacks working that drop down area. Seeing if he can find a boost there. Going to be smoked up and now. Going to go for the face as well as Edward, who's going to be waiting for him. But let's see what they can do. Double players at good HE.
Ooh, Molotov. Luckily, it lands right in the smoke and doesn't push them forward into the drop. They're going to spot this, though. And as they do, Snacks gets 2. Edward and C's down. He'll drop forward and now try and cut off connector and a smoke, but that won't help. He'll go to the Molotov instead.
It still covers off the window to some extent, I guess.
It does allow still rotations to get toward the doorway. I think that Zeus is a little bit scared of going. Flamey is the only one on their site as a consequence of this. But look at VP, they slow down so much after this happens, and I think they're relying on Snacks to get the information and to make the call. Guardian taking down Neo, that'll confirm they can walk into A, and again, Snacks is just waiting at drop room. He heard Zeus, he knows where Zeus is, and cleverly uses a very, very smart position in that corner that's never checked.
Well, it's going to be just Flamey remaining now. Does manage to take down Snacks, but at this point, it's just going to be a formality because the hunt is on as Neo is going to find the last scalp there. Flamey drops and Virtus.Pro hit double figures.
Huge round to win as well, because that was a round loss reset, which would have put 14 and save for 15, or eco, force buy obviously for 15, but now they've got some money to work with. They keep 4 players alive, and they've got a chance in this round to break NaVi in turn, which would string some decent momentum in their favor and make this game anything but done.
Well, then
Zeus goes long.
Force by coming in here, you know. So this is what we're talking about. Guardian, complete glass cannon all player, more than happy to do this on Cobble. He can be so strong in the faces here. Gonna be looking for this one-way smoke to come in. It's perfect. And it's gonna be Snacks on the other side who picks up that first frag, and it's gonna be a flurry of frags for him as well. 2 dropped.
2 kills to start the last 2 rounds for Snacks. Massive contribution into this game as Taz now has control of this drop position. Will face off against C's, wins that with relative ease, it has to be said, and it's Guardian and Zeus left alive. You already mentioned the force buy and an AWP on Guardian. They're going to be attempting to save this. And Neo is in a good position to already be on top of the chase. Virtus.Pro can't really afford to commit too much to this. The players that can are Neo and Taz, because they've got the best amount of money right now. Actually, Bialy's not bad either, but Neo is the player that's the closest to doing the damage.
So they will save an AWP and a Mag 7 here, but we can see it's going to be Neo just dissecting the long A halls here. 1-1. That's Guardian. That's the main target here. It's just going to be Zeus now on that Mag 7. Not a massive deal if he saves that, but doesn't look like he will as Neo gets him as well. And somehow, though, Zeus takes him down with him, but Taz does finish the deal there. So now NaVi will be on an eco here. Can't really justify much more than the upgraded pistols, but VP have managed to string 3 rounds together. So when it was looking pretty bleak for them, they have come to life here and finally broken NaVi as well. You'd assume this is the round going in their favour. As Pasha still continues with the AWP. And the CT's got to be stacking towards B with 4 players. Just one in the form of Flamey going towards long aim.
Watch for Snacks again. It's pistols this time. 2 members of NaVi getting close to that platform position and a flash in as well. Edward and Guardian, they want to take this fight. They're going to win it against Bialy. This forces Snacks to reface this, and he's got 1. He's looking for the second, but watch Edward in the close position. He's got to go to the pistol. Thankfully, Taz is up above on that spiral staircase to cut him off and negate the damage. And he'll do more than that. Takedown seized. It's on Flamey. It's going to go 14-12. any second now because Flamey's already spotted as well by Neo, who refaces, takes the kill. 4 players kept alive again for Virtus.Pro in this round, but ample opportunity to even go double operate now if NaVi elect to.
And
I think not, because Flamey typically isn't the guy to grab it.
still yet to buy.
They could try, yeah, they could switch it.
And he's going to be going for Enforce. It's just a single one. It's been Guardian. He's been a little bit unlucky with his positioning the last couple of rounds. He's been going towards A and it's been full B attacks coming in. But the scoreline is now 14 plays 12. Huge round here going forward. NaVi just need one more for map points. VP holding on, it seems. It's another 4-man stack towards B once again. Just Zeus holding towards middle. Will be smoking it off. Just delaying the terrorist here. You see Pasha with that AWP towards top of middle, looking for any long A aggression coming in. And it's looking like VP will be flashing through these mid doors and swarming the area.
We're going to try to. Zeus, good position, lines up 1-2, almost the third, but Bialy comes out again against him to win that exchange. Although you might want to call it a loss in the fact that 2 players go down for the price of 1. It puts Seized in a good position below the balcony as well. He spots the shoulder of Taz. He lines up Bialy as well, who can't trade twice. They've come out a little bit too close to each other. Not quite staggered enough. High flash in the air, catches Pasha, but not blind enough so that he can't take Flamey. In the end, it's all for naught, and now we are on map point for NaVi.
Wow, Zeus there. 5 players in front of him somehow manages to take down 2 and is seized with a good reaction, dropping out of balcony, positioning himself in a really nice position to get the double spray down with the M4A1 there. So that does bring NaVi now onto map point. And recovering the money quite nicely as well. Guardian still on the AWP. He's been quiet the last couple of rounds, but other players stepping up. Pasha back onto the AWP himself. And still the 4-man setup towards B coming in. Zeus more than happy to patrol middle after last round.
Guardian, AWP not being quite as aggressive this time. He'll just sit back. Pasha, in turn, is holding that angle should he even dare try and peek into the hallway. He's doing it from the left side as well, so the wide peek, which means if he goes out for that shot, Snacks will be in a position to try and pop out and do AK damage as well. And that's exactly what's going to happen, but Pasha's not peeking it either. Quick pop flash from Pasha? No, didn't throw it that time. Thought about it. And now they've got the information from that shoulder peek by Snacks that Guardian is there. Smart play from Guardian. Unfortunately, the smoke bounces below. He tries to get it out so he can get the shot and get smoke so there's less chance for the trade. Instead, though, no one is peeking, so he's just going to stay sat right here. Why move when he doesn't have to? Bialy and Taz, meanwhile, looking to evaluate that drop position. It's seized on the other side of it. And finally, they'll put a smoke out, but Guardian again puts himself in a good position to just see above it. There'll be one chance for a shot. And it's a 3-2 defensive split. The only thing going on over at A right now is that Neo's trying to just garner information for a chance to run back. And if he can win that duel, they want to wrap back through connector. That's the plan, but they've lost 2 players in the process. Taz going to grab the bomb, and he'll get on his horse to run, but Neo needs to find a kill right now if it's going to be probable. He's got it, but Flamey, watch Flamey. Taz needs to be aware of this. He's got through the doorway at least, so that won't put him in threat right away. It means he can try and do damage on Edward, but he doesn't follow it up. Edward gets traded by Neo, but it's now the 1 versus 2. And Neo's going to get taken down by Guardian immediately, who fires into that smoke knowing the bomb was there. And it will be a 2-0 for NaVi. Now, I say it's 2-0 like it's a series. It's 2 individual maps.
Yeah, but still they're going, what, 0-8 now in the Pro League? I feel like they may be bowing out in terms of it's pretty much impossible at this stage, I think, to actually make it to the finals. But there we go. Seeds for me, he stepped up massively there. Every situation he seemed to have put in, he was finding 2 frags, double spray downs all over the place. It wasn't actually Guardian that had to go too massive on the CT half there. It was good for some aggressive picks early on. And Neo was actually very substantial AWP on the first half as well. You remember on his CT half, he was actually working the picks and winning a lot of them against Guardian in those initial trades. So kind of impressive. It was something to work on. They're looking better than they have in previous games we've seen this month, but it's still a 2-0 going in favor of NaVi.
The way they played tonight, if they hadn't already been in a decent situation score-wise for the year, if they were 6-0, I would have said, all right, whatever, it's NaVi. That was a reasonable game. It was 2 maps that maybe I would have favored NaVi on, but I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter. You got to win the game. So we'll see what they have to say about it on the desk. Of course, that is going to be D-Man, Lauren, and some guy from Serbia.
Oh.
Yokes.
The yoke's on them, though, because they had to cast that game, and it was it wasn't the best. I mean, there was hope. There was a glimmer of hope. And then it came down to that one-on-one. There was that Zeus Neo one-on-one.
And Neo's so good normally in those situations. That's the worst part. Normally he's the guy like he's got this. And then he kept like putting it off and giving like that more little bit of
There was
rope.
that moment on B when he just like, well, he peeks and he's like, through the nade, and he did like 10 damage. He could have done so much more. But and we can also look towards obviously the T side. Once they came out on top of the pistol, and then they won the second round, and then they just crumbled in the stairwell.
And you heard Yanko yell in anger.
Oh.
It's like watching NAFPL. You're like playing in NAFPL, you know, how? But
Yeah.
the problem there is but the round before I was like, yes,
Well,
finally
they held
someone going for a
pistol.
B rush, you know, doing it properly, getting the trades, and it was an easy round for VP.
And actually, their pistol was really good. They did the reverse sweep in caught out. I don't know what Guardian was doing at the
was a
start of
very
the
Yeah, it was
pistol.
just
round,
strange.
but they made the call on the fly. And then in the third round, instead of doing something similar to like in the second round, so if they don't want to do the same thing because the CTs can counter it by getting like 5 nades or
Right.
whatever and stopping them, then just send one guy to scout out first and with the rest a bit behind him. And if that's not the case, if there are no nades, then just go again together as a unit. And instead they were caught out a bit in that monster area, and you know it ended up terribly for them. And I think they themselves at that point maybe, you know, got frustrated as well, maybe tilting a little bit because they had such a good basis for the second half. But
Yeah.
I mean, they were 9-6 first half. It was a good
Yeah,
CT
they did
side.
fine.
yeah, and without the pistol round as
Yeah.
well, you know, even and the couple of rounds they won, they would lose immediately the following round. So they did actually a good job of clawing their way back. That eco round they won helped them as well, but in the end it wasn't
Yeah.
enough.
But without beating on Virtus.Pro too much, I want to talk about NaVi. Seized certainly seemed to step up there. Guardian
good.
once again, if he hits the opener, generally they win around. The standard sort of stuff for them.
I just love the variety you see from people like Guardian that's then supplemented by the rest of the team, especially like the little boost over the smoke they're going out to platform on the T side. I think you noted it as well when we were watching it, but it's just really nice to see because you saw people like, for example, Magisk causing so much havoc for NaVi because no one was able to peek up into that quickly, and them just pulling this, you know, another race out of the sleeve, just saying, hey, we know how to now deal with it. We can take that challenge if we need to. So it's just nice to watch NaVi overall.
We're starting to see the little boost on platform to get a peek,
That's
aren't we?
it.
A little bit more and more, yeah.
And I just want to point one small thing that Neo Zeus round 1v1. Neo was actually in a 1v2 and he got the first kill for free because they weren't he was the player from A, he was the 5th player there, and they weren't expecting him there so fast, but he was there because NaVi, in their initial attack, the first player coming in through the smoke had the bomb. So they could see
they
it
saw it drop, didn't they, between
They
players?
saw it on radar that the bomb is there, which allowed Neo for a fast rotate. So that's maybe, you know, an example of something you probably shouldn't do, even if you're going to leave the bomb a bit behind so they can't just over-rotate immediately.
Yeah, well, Virtus.Pro 0-8 in the league so far. Looks like it might be them done and dusted already. We'll see how far they can fall. That's the question. Coming up, though, it's going to be Ninjas in Pajamas up against Dignitas with 2 matches. We'll cover that one in just a few moments, guys.